Oh, Grandma DC here. And I couldn't sleep. I tried and tried. I gotta go to work tonight, but then again, it's a 24-hour shift, so I can actually nap at work. And I figured, you know what? Why waste the time? So I looked up some recipes on how to make keto caramel fat bombs. Can you believe it? There are actually some recipes out there. And I'm trying to entice one of my really hardcore new keto pals because she said she would never eat a fat bomb. So I'm trying to find something that she'd like. This is an experiment for me too. Half a cup of butter. I'm not using my really good butter in case this is a total waste of my time and tastes like garbage. Who knows? We'll find out together. So I'm using a half a cup of real butter, but it's like, you know, regular cheap salted butter. And then I'm using a half a cup of heavy whipping cream. I'm going to melt this on the stove. You know, I have some really cute molds around here somewhere and I can't find them, so I'm just going to use the old ice cube tray mold. I had a gummy bear mold somewhere and I thought, oh, caramel gummy bears. That'd be awesome. But they're kind of tiny, which would be okay. So, for sweetener now, I'm going to change up. I've had this for a long time. I don't know if they still sell it. I've had it for about a year, but it's been sealed up and not opened. And the reason I didn't open it, it is LC brown sugar sweetener with erythritol. Can you focus on that? Can it see that? Amazon, of course. But the total carbs per 2 tablespoons is 9. I thought that was a bit much. It does have 2 dietary fibers, which puts it to 7 carbs for 2 tablespoons. So 3.5 carbs per tablespoon. I'm going to use 2 tablespoons. We'll make it 7.5 carbs, net carbs, in our caramel stuff. Hang in there with me while I melt butter. Oh, so exciting. Watching water boil, watching butter melt. The life of an experimental cooker. It's never dull. No, never dull. Butter melting. Turn that down a little. So that was half a cup of butter, and I'm going to put in a half a cup of heavy whipping cream. My goodness, I couldn't have come that close again if I wanted to. That's just what I had left. Get all that tasty goodness in there. And my 2 tablespoons of brown sugar erythritol. 1, 2. And I'm going to boil this down till it gets thick. And back to watching things boil. Hasn't started boiling yet again. Turn it back up. Sure hope this works. I'm going to taste it. Oh, it is sweet enough. This might be good. Bubble, bubble, toil and trouble. Isn't this exciting? Now, I added just a touch of vanilla to it. Just a little tiny drop or 2 of pure vanilla. I thought that would make it good. And I have some 90% dark cacao, like baking chocolate. It has a little more carbs in it. But I'm thinking about dropping a tiny chunk in the bottom of each mold and then pouring this hot caramel on it. I'm just trying everything I can to convince Debbie that fat bombs are delicious without having high carbs. This is Lindt Excellence 90%. Take away the fiber, and it says 4 squares has 12 minus 5, 7 carbs. So we've got about 7 carbs worth of sweetener, and I'm not going to use 4 squares. I'm going to add 3 more carbs probably. Oh, heck no. These are huge. Look at the size of those squares. I'm going to use like 2 squares. Maybe a little less. I kind of broke that cattywampus. So that would be 3.5 carbs. Add it to the 7.5 for the for the whatever. Oh, for that sweetener. 10 carbs total for these, and then we'll see how many we get and we'll divide them. What I'm going to do is just break this into tiny pieces and put them each into the molds. Some of them I may not have chocolate in. So we'll just see how that goes. Just put the pieces in there like that. I'm just going to let them melt. That one's a little big maybe. I don't know. I could probably break them down smaller. Still cooking. You know what I did today? For dinner, I put in some steamer broccoli and I was going to put cheese over it and melt it in the microwave. That was about 4 hours ago. Totally forgot about the broccoli in the microwave because I wasn't hungry. Welcome to high fat, low carb. Totally forgot about it, but I do need to eat something. I haven't eaten in quite a while, so I'm going to put cheese on that steamed broccoli and heat it back up, and that's what I'm having for dinner before I go back to work. Dinner time! Doesn't that look delicious? I tell you what, I love my silicone folding bowl. Steamy goodness. Cheesy broccoli. My favorite dinner. Well, you know, interesting, I'm about 5-6 minutes into this process and it's just changed consistency and gotten very thick all of a sudden. It's a beautiful brown caramel color. Spatula there. Can you see that? There you go. I'm going to call that good. I'm just going to go by, you know, visually. It's also coating the spoon. Put a spoon in there, and it's coating the spoon. So I'm going to call that good, and we're going to pour this into the molds. I did break it into smaller pieces, the chocolate. So I've got 12 spots here. I'm going to try to fill all 12 of them so that they're less than a carb a piece. That is my goal. We may have to revisit this process for Christmas, I'm thinking. I really am. And boy, I tasted that chocolate. Whoa-zoo. It is bitter. Woo! So I'm hoping this is sweet and salty enough. Oh, by the way, I used salted butter, so when this cooked down, I noticed it tastes very salty. So I would love for you to be able to see this. Now, let me see if I can. I don't know if I can hold this, and I can't hold it and pour at the same time. Oh, I need a bigger mouth. I could put it in my mouth and hold it. We're going to get 12 easily out of this batch. Very easily. I'm going to go ahead and fill them all up. I could have made an extra one somewhere down the line, but I'm just going to fill them all up. It didn't take very long, and I mean probably 6-7 minutes, and it's only 3 ingredients. It's the butter. I used equal parts. The butter, the heavy whipping cream, and the sweetener. And then I just boiled it down till it got thick, as you saw. This was pretty simple. I poured the hot caramel over those bitter chocolate pieces, and I'm going to stick this in the freezer now, and we're going to harden it up and then do a taste test. I can't wait. I'm kind of excited. We're about to come up to the moment of truth. We're going to try the 1 carb caramel chocolate fat bombs. There they are. And I'm going to see if I can pop one out. I probably should have oiled those a little more before I did them. They're not popping out like the last ones I did. You know why? It's because they're caramel. Oh my goodness. I think I'm going to have to freeze them a little harder to get them out. But you have got to see this. This is so caramel-like. Look at this. This is like so caramel-like. Good. All right. They're not frozen real hard. You know, it's a keeper. I think I just died and went to heaven. Oh, Christmas. I'm going to freeze these the rest of the way. Debbie has to like these. Well, it's been fun if I can keep the dogs from barking. Scudner's happened to get locked in the house when I leave for work because he's decided he's going to run off and be a boy. I think that's what he's doing. There's going to be a whole lot of hairless little mohawked puppies running around the neighborhood. Oh no, I certainly hope not. So when I get time, we'll get the fence fixed, and he's going to stay locked in the house until then, so hopefully that does not happen. Well, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to keep up with the insanity. And I'll keep trying to come up with good ideas to share with you all. I love you all. Thanks for being my support, and I'm happy to be yours. Have a wonderful day, and blessings from me to you. Bye-bye. So here they are. Excuse me. Hey! Enough! Quiet! I'm doing a video! Like they care.